In most things video games, when we, as gamers, get an announcement for a sequel of a game that we love, we get all giddy and do a little nerd dance that we all do. Don't you pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about. Even more for games that have the number 2 in it. This is the sign that the first was successful enough or revolutionary enough to warrant the devs to double down. And the number 2 is often a sign that we have the start of a franchise. This is how we get games like Halo 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, Baldur's Gate 2, Mass Effect 2, Borderlands 2, Diablo 2, Call of Duty 2, Kingdoms of Heart 2, Dead Space 2, God of War 2, Fallout 2, Uncharted 2, Assassin's Creed 2, and The Last of Us Part 2. With the simple number 2, we expect some things. More innovation, a continuation of the story, and the expansion of the characters that we grew to adore in the main installment. A broadening of the world, as well as keeping the things that made the original unique, but pushing the bounds to new heights. The addition of the humble number 2 is something that just makes all gamers smile. Unless... Hello there. If you're new here, welcome. I'm the Archangel. If you're returning, stop asking for the goddamn Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough video. I'll fucking get to it. You know who you are. In this video, I will be playing this heap of shit that somehow was able to weasel its way into a red trench coat. I know I'm not supposed to give my opinion this early in the video, but fuck! In this video, I will be playing Devil May Cry 2. I will be playing as a casual player, looking at game mechanics, music, or story, as they come up or as I find things of that interest me. I played the Steam HD collection that was released in 2018. If you guys would like to grab your own copy, I do have a G2A code in the description. At the time of writing this, Steam has the game on sale for something like $10 when it's normally $30, and it's $7.50 on G2A. This helps support the channel and I really appreciate it. This is a spoiler warning as well for Devil May Cry and Devil May Cry 2. I, by some blessing of a higher power, have never played this game until now. I skipped 2 and went straight to 3 on a recommendation from one of my best friends. Jack, if you're out there watching, thank you. We started our first YouTube together, actually, years ago. Don't try to find it. So I went into this game completely blind, only knowing everyone hated it, so I guess not blind, but yeah. If you like this kind of content, please feel free to like and subscribe. My YouTube analytics says that fucking 95%? Really? 95% of you fools who watch aren't subscribed. Also, I'd recommend going and watching the video I made for the first game. But honestly, it's a bad video and the story has nothing to do with 2, but, you know, shameless plug anyway. Thank you in advance. In 2001, the Team Little Devils struck gold with Devil May Cry. The game selling close to 2.2 million copies and grossed around $110 million, reviewing amazingly with 80s and 90s across the board. It was a smash hit. Such a hit that it was almost immediately greenlit for a sequel. But this project was greenlit and had started production with no one telling the team that had just finished making the first game. Kamiya, who directed the first game, had no knowledge until they began the localization of the first game. Wait. What? Jesus Christ, they hadn't even finished making the shit for the first game to put out in English-speaking countries, and they're already stealing this man's brainchild. The Team Little Devils were a small group of Capcom's Studio Group 4. Studio 4 focused more on console games, while DMC2 was going to be developed by Studio 1, whose focus was more on the arcadey fighting games. With little to none of the original Devils on the team, this led to many changes. Also, Studio 1 named themselves Team Devil, pretentious pricks. The game ran into roadblock after roadblock. Originally, since Devil May Cry told a full story, Studio One was planning on telling a completely different one, set in New York. This was scrapped due to 9/11. The game was at one point not going to be a DMC at all, and just something completely new, as well as Studio One devs being so unfamiliar with 3D environment, they were just struggling. The game was shown at an early 2002 E3, and a 2-mission demo was released, as well as being slotted for the end of a 2002 release. With 6 months left of the deadline, there was a director swap, and to this day, no one has ever talked about who the original director was. And the game was largely incomplete. Well, the important parts were largely incomplete, like gameplay and missions. They started by making the crust of the pie and forgot the gooey insides. This ended up leading to many things on the cutting room floor to give a playable game in the time frame remaining. The new director did his best with what he had, having the game ready to release by January of 2003. I couldn't decide if I should put this here or in my conclusion, but new director, it's Sunso, asked to work on DM3 immediately after development was done with Devil May Cry 2, saying, "I don't want this dog shit to be my legacy." Okay, that's not exactly what he said, but I feel like it gets my point across. After selecting new game, we get right out into this cutscene, where the narrator cliff notes the first game's opening scrolling dialogue. This woman is attacked in what looks to be in a museum. Dante says 2 words.
You called?
And she calls him Son of Sparta, so she knows his lineage, so we can assume that this is some kind of job he's taken. I've had this idea where I'm going to show how many words Dante actually speaks this game, just for shits and giggles. So far we're at 2. The lady throws a knife at a map, I'm guessing showing Dante where to go next, and we start the first mission. After jumping from his perch and showing us where to head, I assume, this is similar to the first game, where this is an area where it's just kind of a safe tutorial, where I press buttons and just kind of figure out what's going on. Hub is simple enough. Top bar is health, bottom bar is devil trigger. There's a weird circle thing to the left. Top right is how many red orbs we've collected. Also, this is script writing. Archie, it's been 5 days since I played the game, and I've already forgotten which buttons do what, so now I have to relaunch the game just to press the buttons and remember. I'm on an Xbox controller, so A is the jump, Y is the swing sword, B is the dodge roll, X is to shoot guns, left stick moves, right stick does nothing? Left and right bumpers together will activate devil trigger. Later, after you get more ranged weapons, you can hit left trigger to swap between them. Right bumper is to target lock, and left trigger is nothing. Much like the first game, objects that stand out from the background are often breakable, giving red orbs. Red orbs are how you unlocked. What the fuck do you use them to unlock? They're also used to buy you utility items. Things like more health, more devil trigger, healing stars, holy water nukes, normal stuff. Pushing forward, we find our first combat encounter. I love the design of these demons, the rotted corpses of tortured men hung in these metal spiked cages. Also similar as before, Dante has a file on all the demons he faces, but this time around he's a lot less detailed on what they are or how to beat them. And since I'm in this stupid goddamn menu, this menu has 6 tabs. Really, you're only going to need the bottom one to exit and go play Devil May Cry 3. First is the items, where you can go to use any utility items that are stored from either purchasing or finding them in the world. Your first playthrough, you'll probably never use this tab. Second is Equip. There are 6 devil arms for Dante, 3 swords, Rebellion, our standard sword, Merciless, a slightly longer sword doing less damage, Vendetta, a slightly shorter sword doing more damage, and 3 ranged. Handguns? Don't you dare disrespect Ebony and Ivory like that ever again. A shotgun and a rocket launcher. There is also this amulet tab. Oh, this is the weird circle thing that is next to the health bar. The amulet has different gems that you can find throughout the game that have different effects on your devil trigger. These are called devil hearts. The top one are for movement, changing what you do in the devil trigger, like moving faster or flying. Second is the attribute, changing the damage type of your attacks. And the last is support, doing things like healing faster or more damage. Neat little concept. Hate how it's implemented, but it's a neat concept. And you just kind of find these laying around. It would have been way better if they were a reward for beating bosses for a corresponding gem. Aerial Heart, you fight a demon that flies. Flame Heart, a fire devil, that kind of thing. Moving on, we run into a wall with a door, forcing us to jump over it. The level design now has a little more depth compared to the first one, showing us some roofs can be reached and moved on. I find the Time God statue where I can upgrade mid-mission. This is also a transfer from the first game. What in the name of some sort last minute shit is this? Do we remember the menus from the first game? How unique and interactive they were? This is just sad. Here we can upgrade the weapons we have. I think it just upgrades the damage of the weapons, since there's not really other things to unlock. I forgot to mention that the upgrades that you had to earn in the first game, yeah, you already have them here. Things like double jump and fucking air raid. Air raid in the first game was just a cheat code. Everything dies. But you had to save up for it. But here, you just have it unlocked. I kind of get not wanting to relock everything. This game does take place 10 years after the first one, so Dante should be a competent demon hunter, as well as not needing to relearn things in the way of him being a devil. But this is just so bland. I think I upgraded the swords probably 3 times. All the other orbs just went into upgrading health and devil trigger. I'll come around the corner to a closed gate with a red orb floating in a gate-shaped hole right around it. I like this breadcrumb trail in the first one, but here it feels like they thought I was too stupid to jump in the obvious gate-shaped hole. Oh, the obvious hole was a trap. I actually like this. It kind of makes it feel the red orbs may be trap instead of something helpful. Like the demons are aware Dante collects them. We finish off these ape dog shadow things, then run across the roofs destroying antennas, I think? Yeah, well, no more satellite for this village. We get to the cottage as the red-haired woman also seems to just be getting there. We get this awkward scene. And then the building blows up.
Where's Mathieu? Mathieu? Mathieu?
Good grief. They really made a big mess, didn't they? It sure took him a while to find this place. Oh, you have arrived, son of Sparta.
You knew him?
Oh, yes. We are the guardians of this land, Vidumali. Our clan once fought against the demons with Sparta, son of Sparta. We must ask this favor of you. You see, there's a man who's transformed our land into a demon's paradise. His name is Arias. And although he is the president of an international public corporation, he uses the demon power. Please, deal with Arias and his master for us.
Looks like it's your lucky day.
Okay, simple enough. The plot starts to take form. This island is the home of a clan of humans that fought beside Sparta. Their island has been overtaken by a man and his corporation who have a great deal of demonic influence, and Dante has been hired to stop him. In return, one of the things we will get is she will tell us more about Dante's father, something that Dante, as well as a player, knows little to nothing about at this point. A trope I have always liked is the coin flip to make decisions in life. I personally do this all the time. If I'm unsure or simply do not care, I will flip a coin and let fate or chance or destiny or whatever you want to call it decide. Though already this doesn't seem like the sarcastic, carefree demon slayer who has just a horrible choice of words we learned to love from the first game. Dante seems more serious, stoic, older, and I hate it. Dante heads down into the tunnel, being told it leads to a harbor. I really just like the color style they went with this game. Everything feels like it has a gloomy filter on it. Even the monsters tend to blend in with the environment. In DMC1, the monsters often stood out from the gray stone of the castle walls. There's almost no color to be found outside of Dante's red coat. The tunnel, which must be an old escape tunnel of some kind, we find walls with faces. We can hack through them, opening new areas. There are also these floor traps which you could fall into with demons hiding in them. These are more annoying than interesting. I find this floating red thing and I hit it and orbs come out, like a piñata. I find this room with square tiles. Oh, some kind of puzzle. So I run, I jump, I stab, and nothing. I go to the door, nothing. I try to interact with the skeleton in the corner, nothing. Okay, I must have missed something. I'll go back and run around and I find nothing. So I googled it. I also missed a secret room right in plain sight. No, it wasn't. This coffin next to the red orb thing needs to be interacted with. Who would think of that? Secret rooms also just suck. They are not puzzles or something challenging like from 1. They just have 3 waves of demons. After completing the secret room, I go back to the puzzle room and the door activates. The door activates and tells me to light a blue flame. So I'm not sure if this was just bugged for some reason or if the secret room is a requirement. Anyway, puzzle time. 1 square lights up in the yellow and I step on it and some walls pop up with floating orbs. I'm guessing I need to break all of them in a lot of time frame. Kind of hard to do when there's only 2 combos. Okay, I guess I failed the first round. Okay, I guess I failed the second round. I guess it just rolls into the next one if you fail. Okay, I'll try this. What the fuck is the point of this? Okay, I'll try this. What the fuck is the point of this? This isn't a puzzle. Next room, break the face wall. Wall slides open. I don't understand how these wall things are controlling the walls, so I'm just going to ignore it. Fall into a floor trap with these golems. If you don't kill them all the way, they will regain their health. Okay, some enemy variety. I like it. Find this orb with floating cubes around it. This is similar to the wall things you had to stab in the first one, except the combos in this game make this a pain in the ass and boring. I am now checking all the coffins to find secret rooms. The next one I find is also boring. While looking for these rooms, I discovered that I can also do wall runs. Being near a wall and pressing dodge will have you running along the wall or up it to do a backflip. These could be fun for combat if I wasn't doing it every time I was near a wall because I'm looking for the challenge rooms. I find a room with something glowy in it. Also, at this point, I've done my first upgrade and was seeing no new moves, along with not understanding how to do the few combos that I have. The game has an auto-locking feature, focusing Dante on the closest demon he is facing, symbolized by the purple circle. But our bumper locks you onto whatever you are currently looking at and allowing you to do stronger and different moves like Stinger and Uppercut. After clearing the room, the goats that looked like statues come alive. I actually like fighting these bigger guys more. You need to dodge more and try to do more attack chains. They're way more fun here. After finishing them, the shiny in the room flies into Dante's chest and he catches it, making him flicker between his two forms. This is our first Devil Heart, granting us flight. This also shows us that our Devil Trigger will be used to solve problems, like getting out of this room. Did not like that there is a charging station in this room and it just refills your Devil Trigger, but maybe this is just like a tutorial training wheels type things and it won't come up every time we need to use this to fly somewhere. Dante comes out of a secret passageway into a cobblestone street. This isn't a fucking harbor. We get ambushed by a goatling. I always love when enemies get intros like this. Here's a bad guy, here's some of what he can do. I go up to what I thought was a secret room door, but it's not. It's a boss fight in a train station against a giant orangish gorilla demon. Anyone else ever notice that the name also just looks like Orange Gorilla? This boss has been the funnest part so far. He chums and does this cannonball and he also grabs me. Not knowing what to do, I start just mashing buttons. When I hit my Devil Trigger, I blast out of his hands. I really like this. Being grabbed by bosses and not having anything to do and just take the damage is so annoying. The demon's basic attacks are easy enough to dodge, forcing me to move and roll around this arena. He can also jump the entire map and swing from the ceiling, along with a scream that sends you flying. While he's swinging, I tried to jump and shoot him, and I kept doing an inverted shooting down, even though I thought I was locked onto him. It looked and felt stupid. After defeating the orange gorilla, the boss drops the key to the harbor. I find a floating circle that lifts a gate. I went into the door behind it, and it started to spawn demons, so I think, okay, this must be the way I'm supposed to go, which means that the gate might be a secret or a special weapon of some kind. Hitting the circle lifts the gate, and it's on a timer, and it slowly falls. This is similar to one of the last missions in DMC. And the trick was to use the Devil Trigger to move fast enough to get out. So I do that, rolling just under the closing gate, right into a boss fight. Cool. Alright, it must be a secret boss fight. For those of you who have played this mission and know that this isn't a secret boss fight, I accidentally completely skipped over getting another demon heart for my amulet, but I didn't know until, well, me writing this. This boss sucks. Hit the tentacles till it goes away, jump up and hit the main body. The head also has some sort of poison breath. After you do a certain amount of damage, they have a force field and blows you away. Killing the hentai monster, and a door opens on the side. Go and pick up a shotgun and then motorcycle. Why? Because Dante is cool, and motorcycles are cool, and jumping bridges is cool, and all of this is cool, isn't it? No. And at this point, I'm just kind of lost. Devs also said they wanted to have more with the motorcycle, like entire missions even, but it had to be dropped due to time. Somehow now I'm in a city, and I'm in an underpass. How? I'm just here now, how? Then I guess these two white dogs jumped me. Why? What? These little fuckers annoy me. They just got the zoomies and made it hard to hit them. Oh, he's cool. He must be some kind of hunter that sent his dogs after me. That will be a fun boss fight. I get lost and find another orange gorilla demon. I thought I was going the wrong way and looking for hidden I thought I was going the wrong way. I was looking for hidden stuff, but I was not. Is that a fucking tank? Well, the tanks are boring. Get close enough and they can't hit you. And also, this is just lazy. I hate this so much. Who thought these were cool? Or a good idea? It feels like leftover assets from a Resident Evil game. Oh, for fuck's sakes. They are really doubling down on the infested machines, aren't they? This leads to me running to this building on accident. I was trying to find the fucking chopper. Guess I ran from the fight. I guess I ran from the fight, so I just started climbing the tower. And I suck at platforming, and this felt like platforming. As I'm struggling to climb the tower, the chopper begins to follow me up into the building, and as a fire begins to engulf it, putting more pressure on me. When I get to the top, this happens. Then I fell. Upon reaching the roof, the chopper is magically alive again, because the whole thing is a boss battle slash chase sequence, I guess. So I kill it a second time, but nope, run up and climb this building. The climbing of the building is cool, just to see this 3D space they have made. But I hate trying to find where I'm supposed to jump and hit these just shit camera angles. Getting to the top of the building has your final showdown with the... Did it just fucking hit me off the tower? Trying to get back up and doing these precision jumps while rockets are fucking coming at you just is... It isn't challenging, it's just frustrating. Oh, wait. I could just use double trigger. The chopper shoots guided missiles and a machine gun at you. Missiles chase you while a machine gun is normally just shooting off into nothing. I unload my pistols just to build devil trigger, then I air raid. As I almost die, I just pop my devil trigger again, transforming into this giant devil, much like the form from the end of the first game, and I just rip the remaining health away. But I have no idea why or how I got this super devil form. Then Dante jumps off the building I just struggle to climb. We land back where we were before, where we get a cutscene of this building coming alive. Oh fuck, it's a boss. It shoots a big laser and then a bunch of little lasers out of its mouth. Then when you kill it, its head pops off and does the same thing. Big laser and little lasers. What is going on? Then Dante sees this helicopter with the name Ouroboros on it. Dante looks at it and then turns to leave. Okay, is that our people? Are they coming to pick us up? We're heading to the helicopter now, right? Next, we see the chopper landing at an oil rig, and now Dante is inside. Okay, it must have been they were good guys, and they just came and picked us up and took us to this oil rig for some reason. I thought I was heading to the bad guys' headquarters, but this must be more of an important detour. I see some orbs to go get, and I Tony Hawk down these pipes. Open a door to a lot of stairs. I have to fly up into this tunnel between the stairs to grab a devil heart. The animation for this is the same every time we get a heart. DMC1 used to have us do cool shit when we got upgrades, and this is just Dante doing the same motion every time. Find a door and some lava and find a big sword in this dead thing's chest. Find another heart, and then I get to the end of the mission. No idea where I was going, but I'm here. Oh, I was heading to the helipad.
Well, what have we here?
Do you have to ask?
Maybe another time.
Okay. So, that guy must be evil. He summoned a bull demon right in front of us, and he took off in the chopper, so it must not be mine, I guess.
This boss fight is fine. If you get far away, he rushes you. Too close, he smashes the ground, summons fire. Really, there is this sweet spot where you can just shoot him. Trying to hit him with a sword is just so much punishment, so I just shot him. Now, the oil rig is on fire and is going to blow up, so we have to get off of it fast. I'm assuming that the demon did this when he came up from hell? We find a plane in a wind tunnel and to make a hole to escape from, and now we're back on a motorcycle. And I guess the oil rig is connected to land by a bridge. I'm so confused. The next mission, I am now in some kind of ruins. How did I get there? Why am I here? I don't know. I unlock this gate and hit a circle and get sucked into a portal where I'm attacked by golems. After the golems, as a giant moth demon shows up, this boss drops larvae that grow and try to eat you. They can swallow you whole and you lose health till you explode out of them. The devil trigger escape that I pointed out was so nice earlier does not work. When you aren't getting eaten, just shoot the moth. After that, a portal opens and I am back where I started. End of mission. Mission 11, I'm underground. How did I... Where the hell even am I? I'm in some kind of underground temple thing. Whatever. Some fighting, some jumping. Later, this eyeball thing falls and it chases me. If it touches you, it teleports you to a room with golems. After this, there's a meat smashing room with a dead end, and it shows that we're supposed to go through the dead end. So I hit it, and then I shot it, and then I ride the meat smasher. I thought maybe I needed to reactivate the ball and have that roll down and hit it to break it. Nope, I just need to hit it some more, but there's nothing that tells me to do that. There is no sign that the wall is having damage dealt to it. I meet the giant skeleton guy who sent the wolves after me. The wolves still have the zoomies, and he has a spear. Dodge timing is really important. He can, never mind, just use double trigger and then the air raid. After he's defeated, he teleports away. I fall into this rotating room with a ball of lightning, then use a secret door that leads to the ledge, just so Dante can do a superhero landing. Redhead chick is here with a cup.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Yes. Now we can stop Arius's ambition.
Whatever.
But actually,
Oh look, another boss fight. Beat him, and then there's a stone elevator that takes me up, and the old lady is somehow here.
It seems you have obtained the final arcana.
What the fuck is an arcana?
It's
I have a
from my
cup.
daughter. What are you doing, Granny?
There is one more thing I need to ask of you, son of Sparta. My daughter went to face Arius all by herself. Please, take these.
Who the
and
fuck is
save
Lucia? Are
Lucia.
you talking about Red?
If it's heads. Your lucky streak continues, Granny.
So, Red ran off to fight the big bad guy, and now we have to go save her. Somehow, we end up where the bad guy and Red are. I'm assuming we rode a motorcycle there.
That man is going to bring me the arcana shortly. You will live to see that.
That's just a piece of crap.
Oh, arcana.
Here's another 3 for you. Crap like that doesn't interest me. But your swan song will.
This boss fight is easy. Just chase him around the room hitting him. After beating him, he says something about he must transcend. Then tries to kill Red and blows up the building, and Dante jumps out of the window to save himself and her. Red tells us that she was actually created by the bad guy. At this point, it just seems random.
by him.
Every hero has a weakness.
But the ritual was activated because of me.
There's still time.
We have until the sun is completely eclipsed. But how are you going to enter the building? The entrance is...
Where there's a will, right?
We now have to re-climb the building that we just jumped out of. First, we have to find the back door. I run around and hit these orbs and open up this fleshy portal thing that shoots into the sky and summons... Phantom? This fucks sense. Oh my god. This fucking sucks since the auto target locks onto his face and we need to hit him on the tail end while he's standing on his back and his tail is out, leaving his ass exposed. Then you have to fight waves on a time limit to open the portal. This takes you into the building with the bad guy in it. This is where I figured we were going from the very beginning, but we went all over the place to the oil rig and I don't know, dude. Climbing the building, we find these heart things. As we put them in the doors, the building warps more and more into a hellscape. We fight the skeleton and the wolves again, open a door, and get an awkward camera thing, and now I'm somewhere else.
The son of Sparta, you must repent your sins.
Don't speak. Just die.
This boss has 3 different heads with 3 different types of damage, ice, electric, and fire. When the head comes in to attack you, you'll have a chance to deal damage back. After so much damage, they will rejoin. This is the time to use air raid to deal massive amounts of damage to the health. This boss fight had way more potential if it was in a bigger arena, and maybe if I had to fight each head for longer, forcing me to switch my devil hearts and my amulet to deal the correct kind of damage to them. After defeating this final guardian, we face off with this discount Vegeta one more time. Dante walks in on him finishing the ritual, but nothing is happening. Turns out Dante switched out the coin with his own, so the ritual doesn't work and we beat the shit out of him.
What's going on?
Is there a problem?
You! Is that the medallion?
False coin for a false god. Showtime.
The boss fight is just as lackluster as the first go around. Oh, and my outfit changed. Yeah, I forgot to hit record, so I went back and I'll get to the outfit later.
My life! I was going to be the king of this world!
King? Yeah. Here's your crown.
After finishing off the wannabe god, Red forces Dante into a standoff, saying she needs to be destroyed. When a portal opens to the underworld, she volunteers to go and close it since she was created and feels like her life is expendable. Dante says, let's flip a coin for it.
Let's leave it to fate. Heads, I go. Tails, you go. See you around.
Don't you want to hear the story about Sparta from Mathieu?
I know. He did the same thing. Hold on to my coin, Lucia.
I get the bit here. Dante always puts others above him. He follows in his father's footsteps and goes to hell to keep the demons at bay. I feel like this part was kind of a shoo-in though. We need an honorable sacrifice so he seems really heroic type of thing. We already beat the guy that we were sent here to beat, right? Well, somehow the ritual that the bad guy wanted to complete, and Dante spoiled by putting his coin in, still stirred Argosax. The other guy was trying to take Argosax's power to become a god. Argosax, the chaos, is just that. Fucking chaos. It's a combination of 6 bosses. The floating head from the building, the bowl, the testicle... the tentacle monster, Phantom, the orange ape, and Griffin? From the first game? We didn't even fucking see him here in this one. This boss is a perfect reflection of the game. Just a bunch of shit stuck together with no real rhyme or reason. Alright. Argosax is dead. But wait. There's more. This boss is actually really cool, and I feel it should have just replaced the fight before it completely. The despair embodied, though I have no idea where or how it ties into the story, has a female and a male form. The male form is fighting in close with a sword, and the female fights from a distance, using a whip and these shards, keeping me on my toes, and I have to dodge and time my attacks. This is probably my favorite boss fight. I even died here once, and luckily it didn't force me to re-fight Argosax. After beating Despair, we get this cutscene.
Yeah, let's go all the way to hell.
Please, dear God in heaven, somebody tell me I'm not the only one who said out loud, jackpot, and was extremely disappointed that Dante was silent. Like, it was the perfect build-up to that line. And honestly, I probably would have forgiven the game for everything if they had just not blue-balled me right here. Alright, so, to answer the questions that I always... fuck.
There's a second disc. According to the devs, many players were upset in Devil May Cry 1 that you couldn't unlock or play as Trish. So, to appease these people, they gave us Disc 2. But also, Trish. You can unlock Triss after beating the game with Dante on hard, or by holding L3, L1, R3, and R2 until the sound is heard. Which is what I did, since there's no way in hell I'm playing this game more than I have to. But yeah, you can unlock her and play through either storyline. If you're new here, I am the Archangel. If you're returning, I'll make you guys a deal. When we hit that 1K subs, I'll do a Red Dead 2 video, as a special. In this video, I'll be going over Disc 2 of Devil May Cry 2, talking about story, mechanics, music, and anything else that catches my eye. Spoiler warning for Devil May Cry 2. Anyway, I'm going to jump right into the story. If you'd like to hear more about the development, go watch the Disc 1 video. Disc 2 starts the same way Disc 1 did, with Lucia in a museum and Dante dropping in. Pun intended. And we are just given control of Red to run around this little village, and no real direction. Once again, I am annoyed that the color of the doors are not color-coded to know what you need to do to unlock them, but this one does tell you to collect 45 orbs to unlock it. I realize right away we are going the opposite direction that Dante did, where he exited this door and we are entering it. And we get our first taste of combat with Lucia. The controls are all the same, just instead of guns she has throwing daggers, and that will get a few variations, and she uses the Kalasi, these curved blades. I like the design of everything here so far. It is the same, but different.
Same, but different.
This level is also just the first level with Dante in reverse, and with slightly different enemies, having the golems towards the end where we didn't encounter these until the second mission with Dante. After reaching the tower that Dante jumps from, in his intro, Lucia enters and finds a devil heart, protected by 2 goatlings. Another demon that we didn't run into until much later with Dante. They don't feel out of place here though, it seems to flow well. The heart hits Lucia in the chest and we see her flickered between 2 forms. She also seems to be a devil, and a young one by the looks of it. She shows pain when hit by the heart, where Dante just caught it and moved on. I also kind of just glossed over it the first video, but she does say that she is from Devil Blood. But in that half, I never saw a reason to think much of it. But now we know that she is in fact a devil of some kind, her devil form being much more angelic. I really like her design. I fight to the top of the tower. At the top there is one of those circle boxes that we need to hit to activate the bell of the tower. It drops a platform to get to the next area and into a boss fight. This boss fight is a lot of fun. Lucia's moves feel more smooth and fluid than Dante's did. Each dodge, roll, and attack just looks better as well, even though she also really only has 6 combos. They seem to transition better than they did with Dante, who just felt choppy. After defeating the Guardian, a Chris knife comes out of a secret hiding place. This is the Arcana of Sparta. This is a holy relic that was used to seal away the great demon at one point in time. Reaching the top, there is some red orbs encouraging us to jump off and ending the mission. This would be the same spot that Dante jumps off from, which I wish they had shown her doing the same thing. Anyway, next mission starts with her walking up to the hut, and we get that same awkward scene with Dante again. And then the hut blows up, and all the dialogue is the same. Old lady comes to tell Dante that she will tell him of Sparta, sends Dante off. But now we get to see what happens after he left.
Son of Sparta, did you obtain the other Arcanus, my dear? Here is the bastone. Now we have only one piece remaining. I believe that it is in the ruin.
I know.
So Lucia is hunting down the Arcana, and due to the subtext of the knife, we now know that they were used to lock away a great evil at some point. Lucia follows Dante down the underground tunnel with her own quest to find the last Arcana. She gets to skip the whole tunnel mission and just comes straight out onto the street. I like this. I mean, Dante did just clear it out after all. We fight the same goatling, but no gorilla fight. I head straight to the docks and straight to the hentai mermaid boss thing. Once again, Dante's in front of us clearing out most of the way, but it seems he didn't finish this boss off. Lucia does though, and moves the city streets on foot since Dante took the bike. I think it would have been funny if they also gave her a bike, but like a Kiyosaki Ninja or something sleek. Lucia fights an orange gorilla as a mini boss fight. This is also a lot of fun. I'm chaining combos together easily with her moving and attacking. I'm having a lot more fun already compared to Dante's story. She also just seems to attack faster. I also like that the attacks kind of have this stun on an opponent for a sec and you can see them stop moving. I don't remember if this happened with Dante or if it's just an easy mode thing. Next we have the fight with more infested tanks. Just you. After fighting one, just one, Dante had to fight 4 of these fucking things and then a damn Apache demon chopper. She also sees the Ouroboros helicopter fly over and recognizes it and gives chase. This story is already making more sense than Dante's patchwork shit. So she follows the chopper to the oil rig. She turns the power on for this wind tunnel, which is already on when Dante gets here. So now I'm assuming we beat Dante here. This powers some sort of demonic stone thing that powers all the doors. Upon opening all of these doors, she gets smacked with a devil heart from the fucking sky. Not sure why, but hey, now we got it. Oh shit, it's actually an evil heart, and it begins to drain Lucia's health. We enter the big spiral staircase, fly up, get a flame heart, run into the room that now doesn't have lava in it. This room is where we find the darts. These are similar to Dante's shotgun. Lucia puts the evil heart into some kind of power generator thing. This is the same heart that Dante takes later and becomes his offensive devil heart, so maybe this isn't a generator, just some kind of purifier. We run down a tram rail and then up an elevator to the landing pad.
Well, well, it appears that the defect is back.
Defect?
You are my creation.
Liar! Mathieu is my mother.
She merely found you when you were about to be disposed of, and then raised you as a soldier. Is that what you consider to be a mother?
No! I don't believe you.
Look. You have the mark on your shoulder. Proof that you're a mannequin. Kai. That is your real name. Now, give me the Arcanas. With them, my power will be complete, and I will become like the immortal Argosax. I will achieve absolute wisdom and transcend all. The world is already warped. Everything that belongs to the devils will eventually revert to its original form. Even you will betray your upbringing and turn on the humans. Accept it.
Holy fuck. That was way more story than almost the entire Dante disc. So this guy can make sentient demon mannequins somehow, and Lucia is one of them. Rescued and raised to fight for good. This is a great reveal, and the foundations to a great story arc. Anyway, he blasts us into the moth demon fight thing. After defeating it, a portal opens to an underground ruin, and Lucia has a moment to reflect on the world-shattering information she was just given.
I was created? That's why I have this ability. Someday I'll attack humans. I have to go.
Damn, that is some heavy shit. We are now in the underground temple area, but this time it's filled with water. Find the blowgun for underwater combat, which I'm going to try to not use. I'm not a fan of underwater areas, but at least this time I'm not forced to have it in first person like the first game. On my way through the water temple, I have this area that was a challenge spike. I need to hit these orbs while underwater and being attacked by the skulls. It's a nice little challenge, which leads into platform jumping I actually appreciate because this is forcing me to use the platforms and not just letting me fly up. I hit these orbs and close the door that blocks the current that was stopping me from going down a well. Down this well is where I find a boss fight against this giant demon fish. This fight is hard. Not because the boss is hard, but the combo of the fixed camera and the fact that it has some kind of camouflage, making it so you can't target it. The two things together are just frustrating. After defeating the death fish, the door opens and we swim out, running into blades, since, you know, it's a water section and we need our reptile water enemies, and I come to this statue. I jump around a bit, trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Looks like I could climb it. This is probably my biggest pet peeve of the game at times. It just gives you no real direction. Not even like a zoom to suggest I should go interact with this statue. Anyway, interact with the statue and it shoots a fireball at you. Reflect it back 3 times for each diamond on it, and it crumbles, allowing the water to flood the area and for us to swim up. Swim through some tunnels, find a stupid hit the circle thing. Oh, the stupid circle thing turned into a water jumping thing. I like this. Layers. Enter a room with another boss fight. This is the same as the boss from the beginning that was guarding the Arcana, but this one is red. This boss was also fun. It's a little harder than the last one, but again I'm dodging, rolling, and chaining attacks. There's also these lasers that shoot out of the wall, which adds another layer of difficulty, and I find myself adding extra dodges and rolls to avoid those as well. Dropping this protector of the Arcana, the last piece is Lucia's the claim. Then this emo fuck drops in, and now we get this cutscene that makes way more sense. Well, a lot of things are actually making more sense. Lucia gives Dante the chalice and heads to kill the man who created her.
For a defect, you show promise. But did you really think you could deceive me? Have you come back to me, Kai?
I'm Lucia. Don't call me Kai.
Then why did you come here? Let me guess. You seek my death.
Die!
God, this story is just so much better with her. And that outfit isn't unlockable if you beat the game on Lucia Must Die difficulty. So we beat the brakes off this guy, but somehow the cutscene he says we lose. I think this should have just been an unbeatable fight, because getting his health par to 0 and then being told I lost is bullshit. Anyway, Dante comes in and does his White Knight shit and the building explodes. We also get the scene where Lucia tells Dante about being created and Dante runs off to find the back door. And we get another expansion of what happens after Dante leaves.
Mother,
Yes, it is true that we are not tied by blood. But our ties are bound by history and experience, which is much deeper than blood. Now go. Everything I know, I have passed on to you. You are my daughter.
thank you, Mother.
This again is really deep. The old lady is admitting to what the bad guy is saying is true, but their bonds of history are just as strong, if not stronger, than blood. And Lucia just accepts this, which I like. I feel like the trope of a character finding out that they're adopted and they just throw a fit about being lied to or just fly off the handlebars is just fucking stupid. That person chose to take you in, and they chose to try to make your life better, and Lucia sees this. She knows that she was created for evil, and her adopted mother saw that she had potential for more than that. Also, why the fuck does this support character to Dante have a better story in his game? Anyway, Lucia goes through the same steps to open the back door, hit the circles, kill Phantom, fight the timed wave, go into the building and grab the hearts that twist the building, fight the tri-headed boss. Which all seems odd, seems how Dante should be just a few moments ahead of us. We get to the main boss at the top, we get the cutscene of him doing the ritual, and then there's an explosion. And now we're outside with Dante. In the post-boss fight scene. I'm not sure how I thought they were going to do this, but this wasn't it. We get the standoff and the portal opening and Dante sacrificing himself. Oh, and Arius somehow still got the power that he wanted, kinda. I also really liked the design of this boss, and the fight wasn't horrible. Confused on how he got the power still. Anyway, we give him an ass kicking and he goes into phase 2, which is a lame fight. Somehow we still got Argax's power. I feel like this negated us beating him in the tower altogether.
You must not worry, my dear. I am sure that he will return. Everything is just as it was with Sparta.
Oh my.
What is it, my dear?
Both sides are heads.
Heads, I go. Tails, you go.
It tricked me. That macho.
This bit where we see his coin's head on both sides the entire time. I know, we could tell the whole time every time we saw the coin flip, but still, the big reveal, he helped them just because he wanted to the whole time, not because of luck. And I actually looked up what macho meant, just because I felt like it was an awkward line to hear, but yeah, I guess it fits. Then we get a short credits and a post-credit look of Lucia in Dante's shop flipping his coin. Upon hearing a motorcycle rev, she drops it and runs outside, the whole thing implying that Dante is back. Wow. This game, this is the game that should have been on disc 1. This is the game that Team Devils made. I am so mad at Capcom for making me play this game backwards. This should have been the main story, and Dante should have been on the second disc or an unlockable. Or they should have done it like ODST did and play to a point as Lucia and then have a timestamp on it. And then you have to play as Dante, bouncing between the two characters, getting the full story. Okay, I guess ODST didn't come out till 2009, so that couldn't have been an idea yet, but Halo 2 also told 2 stories at the same time, and it only came out 1 year after this. Also, the fact that there is so much good lore here that is barely touched on, like the island is where a cult of devil worshippers started, and they learned how to borrow demonic powers, which I guess ties into some of the stuff in DMC4 in a way. So, Devil May Cry 2 came out to mixed reviews, but mostly negative, for most of the things that I bitched about in this video. The game was too easy, bosses were boring, no real puzzles, kind of losing the mashup of things that made the game so good to start with. While people complained about Lucia's missions were recycled from Dante's, I taking the stand that Dante's were recycled from Lucia's. Lucia's is the main antagonist in this game. She has the story, she has the character development, but yeah, it's just recycled shit for both discs. The game barely reached overall 6 or 7s on most critic boards. Although a critical failure, it was a top-selling game in the UK at least, and sold 1.4 million copies by March of 2003, and reaching a gross sales of 85 million, falling short of even its predecessor's 110 in its release year. So was Devil May Cry as good as I remember? Is it worth playing today, and is it worth the price tag? Considering I never played it, I'd say that I'm glad I didn't waste my time on it then. And I definitely would not recommend to play it today. I'd honestly tell anyone wanting to play it to just play Lucia's first and Dante's if you really wanted to. The price tag? The DMC HD collection is $30, so this game is $10 in my opinion. I guess it's a $10 game. Plus the other two are so much better, so they outweigh this shit. You can also use my G2A code and get the HD collection for like $10, which makes this game like $3, which is even closer to how much I think it's really realistically worth. If you reach this far in the video, thank you so much. It means a lot to me, and it really helps out the channel. Please let me know in the comments what your favorite Devil May Cry game is. And remember to like and subscribe. And like I said at the beginning, when we hit the 1K sub, I will do a Red Dead 2 video, and I'll even stream the whole thing over on Twitch. Also, if you feel like you'd like to support outside of YouTube, the G2A link is a great way, as well as my Patreon link, both in the description below. And one last reminder, to stretch those wings. They'll take you somewhere, someday. I'll catch you in the next one.